Hi, welcome back. I'm Louise Grant, and I am with the internationally known channel of divine intelligence of the angelic realm, Angelique Moselle Robbins. Thanks for joining us for this ongoing series of videos about Angelique's life as a channel. So, have you enjoyed the ones we've done so far?
Yeah, I have. Have you?
I have. I have so many questions. There's just an endless supply of them.
Perfect. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, very good. For those who haven't watched our other videos, would you give just a quick overview of what it is like when your guidance, named Geschichte, moves in through you?
Well, first I feel very calm, and I really start to move my awareness, my sense of self out of the way. And as I do that, I can feel energy enter my body, a lot of energy. It's so hard to explain because I don't know what to compare it to, because I've never experienced a food that you eat or anything that feels like what it feels like to channel. Also, I did a lot of drugs, before I had my neardeath experience, and there's no drug that feels that way either.
So this energy coming through is these non-physical energetic beings.
Yeah, it just feels like so much energy moves into my body, and I can feel it just animate my body in a different way than when it's just me. And I can also I can feel everything intricately. I can hear intricately. I have super awareness. It's a different type of awareness than what I usually have.
So this expanded sensory perception of everything.
Yeah. An ability to do multiple things at one time. Have multiple conversations at one time, and be able to, give healing treatments to people at the same time that a conversation is happening. And it's very dynamic and powerful and intelligent. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you haven't watched the other videos, we suggest go back, watch them, and it will help you get an overall assessment of where we are in Angel's journey as a channel. Today, I wanted to focus more specifically for those people who have a sense that they have a direct connection with Source. Perhaps they've had some either a near-death experience, or they've just felt some psychic connectivity. Perhaps they've feel like they have spiritual guidance, which of course we all do anyway, but they have a knowing that they have a direct connection to spirit. So I'd love to have you give some advice to someone who says, I really believe that I hold a very close connection to spirit, and I would love to either become a channel or just have greater awareness. Are there some things that they can do in their life to move that along?
Sure. The first thing that I personally would recommend is to find a teacher that kind of scares you, meaning find someone who has a better connection than you. Find someone who is almost intimidating in their connection, in their power. And that can be tricky because in this day and time, a lot of people say that they have that, but they don't. But what I've noticed is that the people that I've met, and I've had the opportunity to meet some highly connected people and learn from in my life, what I notice that they all have in common is they all have that feeling of that enormous, divine energy, like what I met when I had my near-death experience. And the truth is that that energy is intimidating. It is very powerful. It has a lot of authority, and there's this certain type of confidence that you can feel from it. And so if you're wanting to take something to the next level, then find a good teacher.
And how would somebody do that? Do you Google, find a teacher so I can become a channel?
Well,
or-
I think it would probably depend on what you're wanting to do. If you're wanting to become a channel, then yeah, Google other people that are channeling.
Mhm.
Feel them out. Watch their videos. Listen to what they're saying. Find the ones that challenge you. And if you're wanting to become a strong energy healer, then Google energy healers. Google Qigong. Google, that sort of thing, and find the ones who are powerful.
Mhm.
And just start getting, if you have a good connection already, then you need to start being able to feel others that do as well. And this is across the board what I have found that many, quote, spiritual people really suck at. They're not good at being able to feel other people's connection or lack of connection. They're still tapping into that person's kind of grandiosity about themselves and everything they're saying instead of what they're emitting.
Mhm.
And I find that many will shy away from the ones that are the most powerful. And of course, someone could say, well, Angel, that's just your opinion. And it kind of is my opinion, but it's also my experience. It's what I've experienced through all of my training and the different teachers that I've come into contact with. Some that were absolutely freaking phenomenal, some that were mediocre, and some that just straight up sucked. And what I can tell you is that the energy always precedes what you will learn. So if someone has strong and intimidating energy in a certain type of intimidating, meaning you can look at, for example, when I explored Master O, who's my Qigong teacher, when I started feeling his energy and really exploring his energy, it was really humbling, because what I realized was, number one, this dude is more powerful than me. Number two, because of his behavior, I can tell that his integration of his connection is better than me, better than mine. And based on those two things, I knew I had things to learn from him. But if I had felt those things and allowed myself to react to it, meaning if I had allowed my ego to react to it, then I wouldn't have wanted to learn from him. Because when our ego senses that someone is better than us, they've cultivated something better than we have, our egoic self feels threatened by that. So go where you feel threatened. That's kind of my advice.
Okay, very good. Well, we're in Nashville, and I know there's a lot of meetup groups, just like there are in any city, where you can focus on intuition development, psychic development, spiritual awakening. So you're saying perhaps even find groups like that, perhaps who the leader is, but learn how to really assess, are they the strong badass person who can really get you where you want to go?
Yeah, or is
and
it
if
the
not,
quiet one in the back of the room?
Okay.
Yeah.
Or look worldwide, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, now we have access to the internet, so you can find a lot that way too.
If someone isn't going to have a trainer, or I guess we could call it an apprenticeship, right? You sort of become an apprentice of a teacher.
And on that note, the other thing I would say, in our society especially, we're really drawn to kind of, become great quick type things. And I will say this, when you're looking for a true connection with God or whatever you want to call that, it is not something quick. It is something that is cultivated. And anyone who tells you that they can make you a master energy healer quickly or anything like that with great speed, I would say beware, because most likely that's bullshit. Because it takes cultivation, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, I've been studying with them for 3 years, so it's like a slow moving uphill, and you're not noticing that you're making progress, but then it just keeps building, and then you feel more powerful as an energetic healer, and then you're having more psychic intuitions, and it sort of becomes this snowball effect, which is what Geschichte says, that eventually the momentum will get going so rapidly that all of a sudden you're just really moving forward.
Yeah.
So,
and it takes a while to build that momentum.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So for someone, if they are interested in doing automatic writing, which is obviously sort of a popular way to try to connect with some angelic spiritual guides, and I know there's a lot of books, there's a lot of YouTube videos on how to try to move into a stream of consciousness writing so that you can ask for any archangels or angelic guidance to speak to you. Since you spent many years through Geschichte and even Archangel Michael doing automatic writings, do you have any suggestions on that approach for connectivity?
Well, it was interesting the way that it happened for me, because the classes I was in was all about being able to really move into my own heart and feel things deeply. And so in doing that, it created an ability to hold presence and hold a state of calm, which I believe laid the foundation for the automatic writing and the voice channeling that I'm doing now. Because no matter how stressed out I am, I have that skill that I created through those studies. And so I can call on it in an instant. And that skill, I think, is essential for being able to do automatic writing or anything where you learn how to move out of the way. You get out of the way. I don't know how to explain it other than that, but that's the trick, wouldn't you say?
Well, and that's an interesting training approach, because your teacher wasn't training you per se on, okay, now we're going to learn how to automatic write with guidance. The training was focused on you learning how to feel energy, feel into the heart space, feel the depth of emotion, have clarity within yourself. And as a result of those practices, you then gained the ability to write.
Yeah.
But that was not the beginning point.
No. And what I've learned from studying with Michael and studying with Geschichte and also studying with Master O, and Master O is his relationship with Pangu, that type of God presence is not easy on you, and it's never about you having some type of, ooh, look at me skill. It's never about that. In fact, with the right teachers, with true teachers, they will steer you away from that. And I feel that that's what was happening through that, through my training with Michael too, which was, this isn't about you and all the cool things that you can do. This is about you being able to navigate life with greater ease and more authenticity and greater love for yourself and others This is about you learning to be calm. This is about you learning to center. This is about you learning to listen. This is about you getting out of the way of the divinity that you're a part of. This is about you being humble. It's about you learning. And that was always for 13 years. That was constantly the attitude with Michael. This is not about flashiness. This is about you learning. And Geschichte is the same way.
Beautiful message. So we're going to end on that high note, and I hope you'll join me next time with Angelique Moselle Robbins, who is the channel for the angelic realm Geschichte. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.